Hi, Sabine. Good morning. It's great to have you here with us today. And
Good morning, Gail.
before we start, it's always such a pleasure to see you. So I thought before we start, maybe you will tell us a bit more about yourself, your role, your background, and what your current activities are.
Yes. Hi, Gail. Thank you so much for having me. So I'm Sabine Vanderlinden. I run venture labs with corporates, meaning I help them with their R&D. I know R&D is a term we often use in pharma, but if I have a guess, insurers also do R&D to understand where the future goes. And I tend to solve those projects with startups. So my view is, why build when you can partner? Another things I do with large enterprises and corporates is build commercialization blueprints. So helping them adopt startups, so B2B startup within their environment. And I know a lot of people know me a lot on social media. I find social media absolutely fascinating. I find the analytics behind it fascinating. And so, yes, I do quite a lot of social media, at least 2 or 3 times a week, if it's not more.
Okay. Amazing. I know that you are working with a lot of big insurance groups and reinsurance companies, and you are very well connected to this industry. So I think you're the right person to ask these 2 major questions. The first question I would like to ask you about is, how do you see the current state of the insurance industry in regards to the valuations of Insurtech companies and the market sentiment of these valuations? And the major question is, are we sobering now, or this is the temporary situation?
So, Gail, my view with regards to the current valuation of startups is that, we have had a lot of hype. And if you actually look at 2021, we have seen a lot of investment in tech, in fintech, in Insurtech as well. Probably one of our best years. I think around $64 billion have been put into Insurtech to date. But there was a bit of a crash last year, where, from 17 billion, we were around 8 to 9 billion investment dollars from investors like yourself into Insurtechs.
Right.
So there is a shift in behavior in the sense that, yes, we are looking more at the financials and the unit economics to make sure that those companies we have invested in are going to deliver shareholder value. So valuation has been going down, partly for, I would say, Series B, C, the larger startups in the marketplace. However, funding has been provided to younger ventures because I guess they are going for their first or second round of funding, so their valuation is not as important than the big ones, which have received significant investment and became unicorn in their own right. So I've been talking in some of my posts around de-unicornification, the loss of the unicorn status. We have not seen many startups emerging this year so far, first quarter. So there's going to be some readjustment, Gail, in the marketplace, where the finances and the business model will be evaluated much more closely.
So what I get from your saying is that companies that are having a very strong business models might recap from this crisis, and companies that are having less strong models might disappear.
Yes, I think M&A will be on the move, on the card. I do believe M&A amongst startups within doing something similar should be considered. I do believe that insurers, reinsurers will look at companies which could improve their operational environment and acquire them too.
Right.
So there is going to be some readjustments happening this year, and I think probably next year's too.
Amazing. So this leads me to my next question to you as one of the industry leaders. What do you consider are the major 2 or 3 trends that we are going to see in the market for the upcoming years?
So, Gail, I may be a little bit boring, but my team and I, we love data. And we've been analyzing a lot of data amongst insurance companies and reinsurers, and actually looking as well at investor sentiment, analyst sentiment, I will tell you. First, digital transformation is probably the most used word still amongst insurers and reinsurers. Would you have thought about something different? Digital transformation first, meaning that we realize digital transformation is not something in point in time, it's continuous. And see, if you look at the new innovation coming, which we are not even thinking about yet in our industry much, which is Web3, the third version of the internet, the immersive internet, so going into the metaverse and using VR and AR, those environments will actually change the way we interact with customers and with users. So digital transformation will still be on the card because it's not something in point in time, it's continuous. Right. And as new technology are coming ahead, we still have to digitally transform. Think about artificial intelligence, which is today probably the hottest topic connecting everything. Everybody wonder whether generative AI is going to be the next big thing. We just need to be a bit careful and think about the human intelligence as part of the loop, because at the end of the day, technology makes mistakes. And so we just need to look for ethics and integrity in the work we do. But the two additional areas I would highlight beyond digital transformation is emerging risk. As we move digital, we are going to see more and more emerging risk. Think about cyber. Cyber is evolving. Insurers and reinsurers are worried about it because no one can really understand how it looks like and feel like. Downtime around the cloud is going to still happen because we are still reliant on cloud technology nowadays. So that for me start going to the emerging risk. We are going to see more flood. We are going to see more wildfire and so on and so forth. The third one I would say, which I would love for people to consider, is we're all getting older. So I'm going to move in life and health.
Right.
So longevity, elderly tech, is going to be important. You and I mean, I may look young, but actually, I'm starting having my back pain every so often. So I need to start looking at what that means a bit more closely.
At least you have hair, yeah?
Yes.
That's amazing. I think you're absolutely right. I think this was a mind-opening discussion, Sabine, because I really love how you see things and you get all the knowledge from all the industry around you. So this is very, very important for us. Thank you very much for joining this discussion.
Thank you for having me, Gail.